I'm not a doctor. I just play one on TV. All right. Any other questions before I get to the brother's question? Go ahead.
I just wanted a quick, well, a slow breakdown of like what the salute to the women. I just wanted to like hear it real quick.
Oh, okay. Do you have the salute?
I have a document that I got from the SHALAM, but I didn't see the salute to the women on it.
Okay, it should be an email. It says prayers. Do you have all the prayers? It's gonna be in that email. What you want to do is go ahead and pull it up. I'll go over it with you and we'll break that down as well. Any other questions? Go ahead.
My question is kind of along the same line, but like what will be like, I guess, the red line between something where you would say it would be a spiritual, mental, or a spiritual issue completely, or mental illness, or is all mental illness or physical illness related to something spiritual, like a demon?
Okay. What you'll learn in the truth and what you'll hear in the truth, right, is everything is spiritual. Everything. It don't matter what it is. You know what I'm saying? When brothers was asking questions about, how to deal with their kids, how to deal with their woman, or how to deal with their brothers. It's all spiritual because it's how you gonna deal with it. Like, let's say if you personally have a mental illness or something like that, then it's spiritual because how you gonna deal with a demon that's trying to destroy you, that won't allow you to understand things that other people understand, that won't allow you to react to things in a manner that other people won't. And then your brothers is how you gonna deal with a person like that. You know what I'm saying? When the Lord look at you as in a way that you had a mental illness, like why in the hell won't they just listen to me and so I can bless them the way I said I was going to do? So from my standpoint, like where I stand in the world and looking at it, that's why I made the distinction of how different people would answer the same question in different ways. You know what I'm saying? You may go to a mental health expert who may tell you to deal with something one way, but me as a priest, I'm going to tell you what thus saith the Lord. I'm going to tell you how to deal with your brother, no matter if they're a crackhead, if they crazy, how you deal with your sister, whether or not, you know what I'm saying, she's irrational or whatever the case may be. That's my job, to tell you how to deal with it that way, from that standpoint. And it's going to be spiritual. Other than that, if you're just going to do it, you know what I'm saying, and it's not going to be spiritual, then you're going to end up hitting somebody across the head, shooting at somebody, calling the police on somebody, doing something crazy in response to some crazy shit, some crazy thing that this person is doing. You know what I'm saying? So you saying where the red line at, where it becomes spiritual? Is that what your question was? Yeah, to me, everything is spiritual. I put it all in the same box. It don't matter what's going on. I lose my job, that's spiritual. You know what I'm saying? My car breakdown is spiritual. My mama mad at me, my wife mad at me, it's spiritual. Somebody got a problem with me and they don't even know me, somebody lying on me, everything I put in that same box. And then I use the Bible to deal with it according to the way that the Bible says to deal with it. That way, I don't lean on my own understanding and deal with it the way that I've been taught to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Don't let no nigga try you like that. You know what I'm saying? We all taught certain ways that we deal with certain things coming from wherever the hell we come from. And sometimes, that ain't always the right way to deal with things, or it don't line up with what the way the Lord say deal with it. So we try in here, we try to make sure we give you, the way that the Lord say deal with it. So, any other questions? Go ahead.
So, like, I guess more so, what's the line between the spiritual and the spooky shit?
When you say spooky shit, what you mean?
You know, like what you would see. I guess I would say in the world, like poltergeist activity, or like a physical demon possession or something like
that. That's what you trying to find out, the difference between the movies and reality, or the movies and the real spiritual realm. I don't know. I might be missing your question.
I mean, that's cutting dry.
All right, we'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do with that. I got you. Any other questions?
Like it, sir.
Go ahead.
Is it, I was just wondering, like, is it, not necessary or unnecessary? I was just wondering, like, how come, we don't celebrate the new moons and stuff like that? Like, I mean, I know we do things different from other people in fake Israelite groups. I just wanted to know, like, what was the protocol on that?
Okay, cool. I'll start with these, all right? I'll start with these, and we have any other questions, or if I can get through all of them, I may or may not have time to. I'll do my best. All right. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just got one last question.
Nah. I ain't taking no more questions. Call me after class. Nah, go ahead. I don't know if I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna be honest with you. Go ahead.
Alright. Well, Levites usually eat like a stew.
Who's a junior?
Every New Year's, technically. Yeah, call that on con.
Yeah. What about it?
And I just wanted to know, like, I'm pretty sure I know the answer, but I just wanted to run it by you. Like, do I treat that the same as, like, the feast days of, like, Thanksgiving and stuff like that? Because, like,
all right, it's the same thing as I'm gonna try to get that. I'm gonna get that one out of the way. It's the same thing as I was telling the brother Max. You know what I'm saying? My mama, every year she's gonna cook collard greens. I think it got something to do with money. Cornbread, hog mugs and chitlins, some other stuff. It's like this is what she cooked every New Year's, right? Okay, off top, the stuff that's unlawful I'm not gonna eat. The second thing is I may not eat the rest of the food on New Year's, because that is sacrifice to the goddess Janus, which is the god of renewing and rebirth, and we'll go through all that in probably a month, and General Muhammad will teach on it again. Something I never knew, being in the truth, that New Year's is a sacrifice to the goddess Janus, which is the goddess of renewing and rebirth and all of this other stuff. So I wouldn't eat it on New Year's. That's the easiest way for me to answer that. Since they cooking it on New Year's for New Year's, I wouldn't eat it on New Year's. They got something left over on the 2nd, and it ain't New Year's food no more. You know what I'm saying? You can go and get you a plate of it, or whatever the case may be. But I would make sure I wasn't around while they eating a New Year's dinner or New Year's porridge or stew or whatever they do. Just want to make sure you separate. That's all. All right? If it's lawful, you too wild to eat it, I wouldn't eat it on the day that they're sacrificing it to the goddess Janus. All right. All right, so we got that one out of the way. Huh?
I just said concert.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. Put your phones on mute. Anybody, I got any priests in here besides Yamayan and Mashamar? Any priests besides Yamayan, Officer Yamayan and Officer Mashamar? All right. Let's go to Matthew chapter 8 real quick. Somebody one of y'all brothers hold me that. Also, let me see here. Mark chapter 9, verse 17. For the YouTube, this is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. We started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, back in 1969. We are under commanding General YAHANNA. It's the I.S.U.P.K. Truth 101. We do every Monday. We break down the scriptures, the basics of what we teach here in the I.S.U.P.K. A priest and officer, Kazakh Damar, I.S.U.P.K. Jacksonville, Florida. We also on the conference line. Conference line number, let's go ahead and get that. It's 305-985-5453. If you're on YouTube, you got a question, you want to call in, you got something you want to say, you call in, ask questions. All right. First question was, how do you deal with people with a mental illness? Right? The answer is you deal with them the same way you deal with any other brother or sister that you got to deal with. We look at, like, once you're in the truth, you'll look at people like, I'll give you an example. A brother, I remember General Muhammad was telling this story about a brother who was getting ready, he was coming to class, and the brother found out that he couldn't eat tuna, right? The brother found out he couldn't eat tuna, and basically that was too much for him to handle. He was gone. Like, tuna sandwich, he found out the truth about tuna sandwich. You know what I'm saying? It might sound crazy to you, but it's no different than falling out the truth because you can't smoke cigarettes in the truth, or falling out the truth because you can't deal with whores, or deal with another man's wife, or deal with white women, or whatever the case may be. To a person that don't deal with that same demon, it's gonna look like you stupid. It's gonna look like something going on. Like, what's wrong with you? How can't you understand or get what's at stake, which is the kingdom of God? The kingdom of heaven is at stake, and it's more important that you get high, or that you deal with women of another nation, or that you eat a tuna sandwich, or that you eat ribs or pork, or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? To a person in the truth that's got that together, that don't deal with that demon, it's going to seem like it's easy to fight. Why you can't just fight that demon and just do what you're supposed to be doing? But it's not like that at all. Whatever, when Christ said, somebody give me bear who does not come and bear your cross, or something like that, what Christ was saying. Give me that one. If you don't come bear your cross, or whatever the case may be. I'm paraphrasing it, but somebody give me that one. Whatever your thing was, or the thing that you know what I'm saying, you had an issue with, that's what Satan is going to deal with you on. You know what I'm saying? Satan not going to bring me crack because I was never on crack. You know what I'm saying? Satan ain't going to bring, he can't tempt you with something that is not your issue. Now, if your issue is your pride, then he's going to tempt you with your pride. I'm not going to let nobody talk to me like that. I'm not going to let nobody do this. You know what I'm saying? It's sisters that's like that all the time. The Lord got a man that's waiting for them to fix their entire life. But their pride won't allow that man to possess them. But that demon can possess them all day long. And they cool with that. Right? So, anybody got the precept I asked for? Go ahead and give me that one.
Luke chapter 9, verse 23. And he said to them all, if any man will come after me, let him deny
go up one. I'm looking for what was before that. What was before that?
Luke chapter 9, verse.
Let me see.
21. Verse 20.
Mm-hmm.
He said unto them, but whom say ye that I am? Peter answered and said, the Messiah.
This may not be it. Let me get there. So I'm gonna have to pull out my own. Huh?
Matthew 16.
That might be it. It sounds like it. What that one say?
And it says, "I will show unto his disciples, if any man will come after me."
Yeah, that's it. Let me see what this Luke is first. Luke, what? Where you at, Mashamar? Officer Mashamar?
Chapter 9. Sir.
Luke 9 and 23.
Chapter 9. 23.
Luke chapter 9, verse 23. Yeah, you could go ahead and read that. Go ahead and read that. I think the one I was looking for was in Matthew. Go ahead and start at 23. We ain't got to go up.
Luke chapter 9, verse 23. And he said to them all, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me.
So now, here's what you got to understand. When you following Christ, right, it really ain't no more about what you think about certain situations or how you feel about it, or you can't react to things in a way that you would, in a manner that you would normally do that, right? Go ahead.
For whosoever will save his life shall lose it.
What does that mean? What does that mean? Whosoever shall save his life shall lose it.
Like it.
Go ahead.
Like you trying to save your life in the world, and you're gonna end up losing your life in the kingdom.
That's a good way to put it. What you mean? Give me a little bit more.
Like if my life was just partying every weekend or whatever like that, and I don't want to lose that life because I don't want to follow after,
What if it wasn't though? What if my life was going to work every day? I got a good job. I'm a physicist. I'm this. Or just spending time with my wife and my kids. Know what I'm saying? Like, I go to football games on Saturday. We have family day on Sunday. I ain't doing nothing necessarily against the Lord. Right? But that's what's important to me. That's my life. Go ahead.
Could it mean that, like you not giving up everything to follow Yahweh and follow these laws and commandments? Like you're not giving up things.
Okay, so what's the life that you getting though?
You're getting something like you're getting spiritual life. You're being waking up as you.
No officers. I don't want no officers to answer this question. Yeah, Mashamar, you're an officer. No officers to answer this question. What is life?
The commandments. That's the life.
Loud, wrong, and out of order. Yeah, just say Salakia and wait to be called. All right. Nah, you there? You right, but that ain't the answer I'm looking for when I say what is life. Okay, life is the commandments. What does that mean? What does that mean? Who is that? Uriah? Damn, I tried to wear my cover, right? They said it was gonna get a little bit cool in Jacksonville. I tried to wear my cover, and I'm burning up in here, man. Us in Florida, we be waiting to wear our cover, man. We don't get to wear our cover. Anyway, go ahead, Doc.
Life is life. You said the commandments is like, well, I mean, being in the truth, like knowing who you are, knowing like.
That's not it. Anybody want to help the brother out? Well, we might just go into that tonight then. You was right when you said the law, statutes, and commandments, right? The answer I was looking for, Mashamar, what you was gonna say?
I was gonna say that it's a reward, like a command, like you don't have a choice. It's an order. Commandment, like you can't just lay back and just
No. The question was, what is life?
Oh, life is a reward for following your commandments.
That's it. It's the blessings that the Lord promised you for keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. That's life. Remember, he promised your forefathers a land flowing with milk and honey. He promised you, your forefathers, that if they did what he said to do, they would be above all nations. That's life, right? We think what we live in is life. All right, nigga, you got a $500 Gucci belt. All right, nigga, that's not life. All right, you bought yourself a new Charger. You put rims on it. It's not life. Rulership. Those things that are in Deuteronomy 28, 1 through 14, that's life. The head, not the tail. Above, not below. You know what I'm saying? What did it say? Blessed in the field and blessed in the city, and everything you do, the Lord is blessing that. You ain't got to deal with certain things. Like we sitting here fighting about systematic oppression. That's not life. That's not life. Life is what the brother said. He said the law, statutes, and commandments. Somebody give me Deuteronomy 20. No, give me about Deuteronomy 30 and 19. Deuteronomy 30 and 19 real quick. Somebody else give me Deuteronomy 28 and 1 first. Go ahead, Deuteronomy 28 and 1.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass that thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Most High thy power, to observe and do all his commandments, which I command thee this day. The Most High thy power will set thee high above all nations of the earth.
That's life right there. Being set high above all the other people that's on the planet. That's life. Y'all heard the song somebody say, we alive, but we ain't living? You should have heard the song, This Can't Be Life. You alive. It's just like when he say, he that has an ear, let him hear. You can hear, you got ears. It's talking about if you understand. So when it's talking about, being alive, right? Somebody killed, where it say the enemy comes to kill, steal, and destroy. I'm gonna give y'all a little a fast forward on life and death, right? Death is Deuteronomy 15 on down, where it's talking about all the curses. This is what we got. Y'all know we got death for breaking the Lord's laws, right? Now, it's another one I call for? Before I get too far out of hand with these precepts. Go ahead, Yamayan.
Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 19.
Can y'all hear the brother? All right, go ahead.
Come. Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 19. I call heaven and earth to record this day against you.
Now, Moses done laid it out flat. This is what you're going to do. This is what you can't do. This is what the Lord said. This is what the Lord said you can't do, right? Now, all of this done, I call heaven and earth to record this day. Now, you know right from wrong because I done laid it down flat. You understand it. You heard it. Go ahead.
Come. That I have set before you life and death.
What? Life and death, right? So the laws, statutes, and commandments is what the brother said was life. What is death?
Like it.
Go ahead.
Disobeying the laws.
Judgment. The judgment that comes with disobeying the law is death. Somebody got the one that I just said? Go ahead.
John chapter 10, verse 10. The thief cometh not before to steal and to kill and to destroy.
Right.
I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly.
He's talking to people that's alive. What do you mean by having life and having it more abundantly? The thief wants to steal your inheritance, to kill you and your family and your seed, to destroy. Go ahead.
What verse was it?
That was John what, Marshamar?
John chapter 10, verse 10.
John 10 and 10.
Come.
To destroy your relationship with the Most High, to destroy your family, to destroy your anything that's going to allow you to be blessed. But Christ come that we can live, meaning that we don't have to go through the judgments, that we don't have to be on the bottom, that we don't have to go through all of the curses that's in Deuteronomy 28. Not only did we get the life, but we get it more abundantly, meaning the Lord can do things exceedingly abundantly above all you can even think of. That's what the kingdom look like. That's what we fighting for. That's why we denying ourselves all the things in this world that feel wonderful and look great and we love. We're denying ourselves in order to get something that's exceedingly abundantly more than what we can even ask or think. That's what the scriptures say. I know y'all heard that in the church, but the scriptures actually say that. Hear what I'm saying? Anybody not familiar with that scripture? Somebody go get me that precept right there. But I have come that you may have life, that they may have it more abundantly. Go back to Deuteronomy 30 and 19. Go ahead, Young, read it again.
Come. Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 19. I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death.
I done set it before you, this life and death, the following the commandments or not following. Go ahead.
Come. Blessings and curses. It's like it. Blessings and curses.
He's explaining it to you. The life that I'm setting before you is blessings. Do what the Lord say do. You get blessed. The death that I'm setting before you is the curses. Don't do what the Lord say do. You'll be cursed. Keep going.
Come. Therefore choose life.
Therefore choose what?
Choose life.
When he's saying choose life, what is he telling you to choose? What is he telling you to do?
It's like.
Go ahead. 1 second. I got the brother in class and I asked. Go ahead.
To follow and keep the law, statutes,
to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. To do what the Lord said to do. That's life. Just like Uriah said, the law, statutes, and commandments are life. But the blessings that come along with doing what the Lord said is already promised. The Lord ain't gonna break his promise. You broke the covenant, not him. Everybody understand? All right. So back. Where was we at originally? Where was we at originally? Before we went here, is Matthew 19? Yeah, you was in Luke.
You told us the whole
Go ahead. Go ahead, what you said?
You had us holding Matthew 8 and Mark 9.
What?
Then I went to
Mark chapter 9, Matthew chapter 8. What was Matthew chapter 8? Let me see what that was. I think Matthew chapter 8 was the one I was looking for. Go ahead and give me Matthew chapter 8. Let me see where we want to start at. Matthew chapter 8. Oh yeah, nah. I want to do the other joint first. Yama Young, what's going on, Then you have Matthew 19 with the similar story to the one that Marsha Mar read. Yama Young?
Sugar.
You have Matthew 19 with a similar story to the one that Yama Young read. I mean that Marsha Mar read.
Matthew 16 and 24.
What was that?
That was. Then said Yahushua unto his disciples. Matthew chapter 16, verse 24. Then said Yahushua unto his disciples, if any man will come after me, let him.
Go up before that.
Come. Matthew chapter 16, verse 23. But he turned and said unto Peter, get thee behind me, Satan. Thou art an offense unto me, for thou savorest not the things that be of God.
Here's the thing, like what in life, we always gonna prefer those things that we want to happen. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want their mama, their daddy, their children to live forever, to outlive them. Nobody want to lose nobody close to them. Nobody want nothing bad to happen to nobody they love. But things happen in life. That's why it's called life, right? So Peter didn't want Christ to go and die. He called him Satan. The reason why is because Christ knew that that's why the only way that he could redeem his brothers and sisters was to sacrifice his own life. Keep going.
Come. But those that be of men. Then said Yahushua unto his disciples, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me.
Now, this is the important part right here, right? If you're going to follow Christ, if you're going to do what Christ did, you got to be willing to take up your cross. What does that mean? That mean put a cross around your neck? What does that mean? Can anybody tell me what take up your cross mean? Go ahead.
the better birth, being persecuted by everyone.
Be more specific.
You got to be in the world but not of the world.
Give me vague answers here, Marsha Boy. Anybody want to help the brother out? What did it say? Take up your cross.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Does it mean like dealing with all your vices that you have?
That's a big part of it. That's a big part of it. Yes, I'll take that answer. Is there any more to it? Anybody? Go ahead.
Don't celebrate Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Yep. That's only because that's part of what the brother original answer was. Go ahead. Somebody said Salaki? Go ahead.
Put in your brick and follow the commandments.
What do you mean by putting your brick? You mean like bricks?
Pass out flyers.
Like bricks?
Camp, you know what I mean?
Oh, okay. You mean do some work? That's got a lot to do with it as well. Yeah, y'all all brothers, y'all all right. When he's saying take up, you read it again, Yamayan.
Matthew chapter 16, verse 25. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it. Sloppy. Matthew chapter 16, verse 24. Then said Yahushua to his disciples, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me.
Here's what it is. Deny yourself is simple. Everybody understand that. Those things that what the brothers was saying is right up on it. Denying yourself is those things that you want in life. Those things that's important to you have to become not important, right? What Paul said is let those that have wives be as if they have none, because no man that's in a war can be worried about those things that he left back at home that he loves so much, or else he's going to lose the war. You got to be focused. When he's talking about taking up your cross, what he's talking about is exactly what the brother said. You fighting the demons that's on you, the vices you have. You taking your time and not doing what you want to do, but taking the time to do the work of the Lord. Like the brother said, coming to class. Know what I'm saying? Passing out flyers. If you're a brother, you going to camp. You doing things, everybody else is at home, chilling, laid up. You know what I'm saying? Watching Netflix. You out there screaming, trying to save your people. And half of the time, these are people that don't even want to hear what you got to say. Don't even want to hear. You know what I'm saying? We was passing out flyers. The brother gave the sister a flyer, and she was mad at us because we love her and we don't love everybody. Think about it like that. That's you bearing your cross. The people that Christ was dying for told him to kill him and save Barabbas, however you pronounce it. They wanted him dead. This your cross. This you picking up your cross. You doing what the Lord say for your brothers. It's the same thing Paul said. I would wish that I was accursed from Christ for my brothers, my kinsmen according to the flesh, who are Israelites. You got to be willing to give up everything that you love to do what the Lord wants you to do. That's picking up your cross. Even unto death. Even willing to lose your life to save somebody's life who ain't worth saving. I would ask for the precept, but we got it last week. Christ died for you while you were yet a sinner. All right? Keep going up.
Come on, verse 25. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it. And whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it.
There it is right there. What we went to break down about life and death. If you want to save whatever you got here and you think that this is it, you think that what we got here in America, just like they said when Moses got them out of bondage in Egypt and took them into the wilderness en route to get into the place that the Lord promised them, they wanted to go back to Egypt. If you think that what you got here is so good, now that's why brothers who got it together don't necessarily come in the truth. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's so hard for a rich man to make it into the kingdom of heaven. Because all the things that he want, he got them already on this earth. He didn't understand rulership. Why do I got to rule anything when my oppressor gave me everything that I wanted? He ain't trying to rule nothing. He good. He got millions of dollars. Whoever will try to save the life that they have here is not going to be able to understand being a part of the 144,000 ruling in the world to come. And whoever will be willing to give up what they got here, now it's easy for me Because I ain't got nothing. What I'm going to give up? My raggedy house, my raggedy car, my raggedy... I ain't going to keep going. Salakia. What I'm going to give up? I ain't got nothing. I give it all up for the Most High because I ain't got nothing in the beginning. I'm going through curses. I'm willing to give up these curses for the opportunity to rule. Keep going now.
Come on. Verse 26. For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul?
All right, so we understand life. You know what I'm saying? We understand death. This is what the brother was saying. You know, what is it profit somebody to gain them? Here's my point for why I'm bringing all this out. What you first got to understand is when you come into the truth, it's no longer about you. Christ, the greatest man, walked the earth and he prayed to the Most High. Let this cup pass from me. Please don't. I don't want to die for these niggas. Nevertheless, if you want me to, I'm going to do it. You got to be willing to do that. I don't want to die for these niggas. Nevertheless, if that's what the Lord want, I'm willing to do it. Everybody understand? Sometimes the Lord ain't going to, here's the other part of it. Sometimes the Lord ain't going to ask you to die for somebody. He just going to ask you to be willing to put up with them. Uh-oh. That's the hard part right there. Like, if I just die, I get it over with. If I die for him, I'll be a hero. I'll come back. I'll be a baby. I'll be born again, right? But I got to live and put up with these niggas? That's a lot harder to do than to die for somebody. Everybody understand that, right? Let me see here. It's a precept. Let me see here. See if I can find it real quick. It's what I'm looking for. This will tell you how we gotta be. It's not what I want. Give me Galatians chapter 5. I don't know if that's the one I want. Yeah, go ahead and give it to me. I'll take it. Galatians chapter 5. Give me verse 21.
Galatians chapter 5, verse 21. Envying, murders, and drunkenness.
Go up one.
Galatians chapter 5, verse 20. Idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulation, wrath, strife, sedition, heresy, envying, murderers, drunkenness, revelings, and such like.
All right, stop right there. Stop right there. Right? All of these things that the brother just named. Does anybody know anybody who's dealing with those things? Into that thing. Where we at? Galatians 5. For some reason my E-Sword don't want to come out today. Let me see what's going on here. Tripping. Galatians chapter 5. You say you do? Are he the only one? Mashamar the only one? Let's say idolatry. Okay, I'll start at 19. Now the works of the flesh are manifest as these. These are the things that your flesh will tell you to do. Adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife, heresies, envying, murders, drunkenness, revelings, and those things that are like those, or say, and such like, right? These are the things that your flesh tell you to do, right? So in order for you to hate on a nigga, it's coming from your flesh. We went over that last week. In order for you to commit adultery, that's things that comes from your flesh. Those things are not spiritual. For you to murder somebody, it's not spiritual. These are the way you react to certain situations just based on a natural level. It's natural for you to see a woman and be like, I want to have sex with her, whatever the case is. It's spiritual to say, that's another brother's woman, I'm not going to do it. Everybody understand? It's natural for you to say, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to drink till I throw up. It's spiritual to say, I'm not going to be a drunkard. I'm not going to be an alcoholic, right? I'm going to put some type of discipline on those things that I'm allowed to do. I'm not going to eat myself to death just because I can eat. Everybody understand? Keep going on.
Come. Of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in times past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of power.
Mm-hmm. So here we go. What you want to do, this is how you deal with people with mental illness. You decide what you want to do. Do you want to inherit the kingdom of heaven or not? You do? Well, you can't operate based on those things that are manifested in your flesh. Wrath, variance, meaning being one way one time and one way or another. Hatred, uncleanliness, all of these different things. Envying, murders, all of these things. You got to make sure that you're not operating in your flesh, first of all, when you're dealing with them. So that means it's going to take a lot from you. It's going to take discipline. It's going to take counsel. It's going to take knowing the scriptures. It's going to take practice. That's first. Go ahead to the next verse.
Verse 22. But the fruit of the Spirit.
Stop right there. But the fruit of the Spirit, these are the things that you must learn. And you can't learn them overnight. You have to learn them by watching a man who already has these things, who already understands these things, because they are not taught to us in a rap song. They ain't taught to us on TV. Our mamas and daddies didn't teach it to us. They tried, but they ain't really understand them themselves. Read them. Read them, Mashamar.
Come. Joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law.
These are things that's hard, especially if you grew up in the hood, the barrios, the ghettos. If you grew up in there, for you to have love. What's love? That love is keeping the commandments. Meaning there's certain rules that I got to follow in how I deal with Yama. I can't deal with him a certain way because that's my brother. He's an Israelite. Right? Even how I deal with an Edomite. Even how I deal with, you know what I'm saying, a Moabite. There's laws that tell me how I should deal with them. That's love. Keeping the laws. Joy. Why in the hell are you so happy for? What you happy about? Well, when you understand the end of this thing is going to be much better than what it looked like now, you could be happy because you know that your family, your people, win the war, they win at the end, and the Lord have already sent Christ to make sure of that. Peace. Oh my goodness. Peace. This is how you deal with somebody with mental illness. Peace. You ever wanted to do something to somebody that you know you shouldn't do? Well, trying to deal with a person with a mental illness will make you feel that way. But what you have to do is make sure that you don't react based on your emotions, and you're supposed to be the one that's mentally sound, right? You got it together. You straight in the head. You the one with all the sense. You good to go. You the one in control of your own emotions and your own actions. And this person is not. The next one, long suffering. Somebody tell me what long suffering is. Go ahead.
It is withstanding, like going through trials and tribulations, like holding, not dropping your sword, not giving up, but just continue to fight through it all.
No. Anybody else? Go ahead.
That's forgiving your brother.
How much of this person's mess, I'm going to say it like that, how much of this person's mess are you going to take? How much shit are you going to take from them? I know in the world, his brothers with a zero tolerance for the BS. Zero tolerance. The first time you get out of line, I'm letting you have it. That's how brothers I knew grew up. That's how I was raised. I wasn't even like that. They was raising me like if I wasn't like that, I was soft. You gonna take that? I know you ain't gonna take that. We used to have brothers. They put the jumper cables on the nigga. Oh, bro, I know you ain't gonna let him talk to you like that. He ain't got nothing to do with it. He telling you how you should let somebody else talk to you. Bro, I know you ain't gonna let him get away with that. Anybody have people like that where they can't grew up at? They put the jumper cables on you. They get it started. They get it cracking. Where was the brother at that said, man, ain't nothing but a little bit of such and such sweats. You can let that slide. I mean, he just talking. He ain't gonna do nothing. You can let that slide. Where was the brother that said let that slide? He wasn't in my hood. That nigga did not exist. He did not exist. If anything, they were gonna psych you out. Go ahead and do something crazy and watch, and they get some type gentleness. Are you crazy? Gentleness? Yeah, right. Goodness, faith, meaning you believe what the Lord said, that you have a reward for forgiving your brother, and because the Lord forgive. Well, what was that, Rick Ross? God forgives and I don't. And it's a scripture that say if you can't forgive your brother, then the Lord ain't gonna forgive you. So you got faith in the scriptures or you don't? Meekness. What's meekness? Anybody? Dang, I started talking about gentleness and long suffering and goodness. Niggas done fell out the truth. Y'all still here? Anybody on the line? These boys say, man, I came to I.S.U.P.K for some gangster shit, man. What they? This is how you got to deal with your people, though. This is what I'm telling you. You can get gangster. It's a time and a place for everything. It's a time to love, a time to hate. Y'all go through all that. But we talk about how you deal with people who cannot control themselves, who the demon is destroying them. You gonna destroy them, trying to destroy the demon that's on them? Nah, you gotta have some type of. Go ahead, give me meekness. What's meekness? Go ahead, Al.
Is it like a form of humility?
I'll take it. It's being humble. It's humbleness. It's not beating your chest. You know what I'm saying? It's understanding. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to take the low road this time. I'm going to let you get away with that. I'm going to do this. I'm going to let meekness, right? That's long suffering. I ain't going to take it out on you. I ain't going to let you have it this time. I'm going to let that ride. Gentleness. You know what I'm saying? Temperance. What's that? Go ahead.
Is that like being able to have compassion and put up with something?
That's like being able to control your temper. Being able to control your temper. That's a hard thing, brother. That's a hard thing. You cannot do it without the Spirit of the Most High. These are all the things and the qualities you have to be able to deal with somebody with a mental illness. And guess what? If a person loves weed more than he loves the Lord, he has a mental illness. If a sister loves blowing rod more than she loves her husband, she has a mental illness. If somebody loves pork ribs more than they love rulership, they got mental illness. All of our people are struggling with the same demon of not understanding. This is the reason why when Christ asked Peter, who do people say I am? And he said, you are the Son of God, right? He said, well, you know, faith, what he say? Flesh and blood have not revealed that to you. Or well, this is also why he say unto you is given to know the knowledge or the wisdom of the kingdom of heaven, but unto you is not given to them. The Lord pulled you out. You was crazy. You thought you was going to be Tony Montana, the biggest drug dealer alive, and you was about to get 150 years easy. Easy. You thought you was going to be the biggest, what them niggas that robbed the banks? The Ocean's 11. And you was just a little jack boy about to get murdered for stealing somebody's chain. The Lord pulled you up out of that. You had a mental illness. It was a demon, huh? It was a demon. What is a demon's job? Go ahead.
Make you kill yourself.
Or
Want to kill you.
Or
Block it. Or get you.
Go ahead, Mashimon.
Get you to stand.
Yeah, but that ain't what I was looking for. Who said Salakia?
True for a comment on.
Go ahead,
I was going to say the same thing to get you to stand and go against the will of the Most High.
Yes, but what's that gonna make you do though?
Salakia.
1 second. Who said Salakia?
Hosting the show.
Go ahead, Nashah.
Either gonna have you destroy yourself, kill somebody, or kill yourself.
That's it. The other part that they was missing. It's either gonna make you hurt yourself or hurt somebody else. That's the demon's job. It's gotta kill somebody. If it don't get you to kill yourself by saying smoke another cigarette, by saying smoke this crack, by saying sleep with this whore, by saying this, it's gonna have you kill somebody else. You hurt somebody else. That's why the long suffering and the gentleness and the peace and the joy and the goodness and the temperance and the meekness and the faith and the love and all of these things are important. Because not only is the demon trying to kill you, it's trying to kill somebody else. You may look at it like, boy, I never killed myself. When you killing your brother, what you think you doing? What you think you doing? I know y'all ain't coming for this. It's Salaki. Give me the one I called for in Mark. Mark chapter, what is it, 5? Matter of fact, that's Matthew 8. Give me Matthew 8. We was in Matthew 8 already. Let's stay there because it's the same story. All right. Verse 28. 8 and 28. Go ahead and get it to me, Yamaya.
Matthew chapter 8, verse 28.
This is how Christ dealt with somebody who had demons. Now remember what the demon's job is. Somebody repeat it to me. Go ahead.
To kill you or to have you kill someone else.
Right. Somebody, is this the one where the dude was like sleeping in the cemetery and all of that? Hold on 1 second. This might not be the one I want. Let me see here. That's Mark 5. Mark 5. All right, let's go ahead and read this one first. Go ahead, Yama.
Mark 5, Mark 8.
Mark 5. We was in Matthew 8.
Oh.
Yeah, we're going to stay in Matthew 8. Go ahead.
So stay in Matthew 8?
Yeah, go ahead and read it. 28.
Matthew chapter 8, verse 28. And when he was come to the other side into the country of Gergesenes, there met him two possessed with devils, coming out of the tombs, exceeding fierce, so that no man might pass by that way.
Here's the thing, right? When people crazy, you know what I'm saying? Nobody want to mess with them. So he coming about two people that's so mentally ill, that's so possessed with demons, that got so many demons on them that nobody even went that way. Keep going.
Come. And behold, they cried out, saying, What have we to do with thee, Yahushua, thy son of the power?
Here's what you got to understand. When you got the Spirit of Christ on you, you got the Spirit of the Lord on you. What you must understand is those demons that's on that brother or that sister know who's operating within you. So if it's another demon, the demons ain't going to fight against themselves. They know they can convince you. Come on, let's go and do this. Come on, let's do that. Let's get into it. Let's fight each other. Let's smoke together. Let's do this. Somebody with a mental illness will convince you to do something stupid if you ain't solid. If you ain't solid, they'll convince you to be just as crazy as they are. But when you walking in the Spirit of the Most High, you take command of those demons that's on that person. I don't mean that you know what I'm saying, take over that person's life if they don't want to let go of those demons. But that means that that demon is not going to be able to hurt you. That's what you got to understand, first of all. Go ahead.
Come. Art thou come hither to torment us before the time?
This is what now look. The demons automatically own these people to the point where nobody would come by there bowing to Christ, saying like, come on, man, you come around here to get us off this person, off these people before we do what we was put here to do? What was the demon put there to do? Anybody? Go ahead.
Kill something.
To kill something. Either to kill them or to get them to kill somebody else. Keep going.
Come. Verse 30. And there was a good way off from them and herd of many swine feeding. So the devils besought him, saying, If thou cast us out, suffer us to go away into the herd of swine.
First of all, when you in the truth and you become a priest in the I.S.U.P.K, you'll be given the ability to cast out demons. Now, are we talking about, like the brother was saying, what's the difference between the movies and the spooky shit and what's real? What's the difference? The difference is me casting a demon off of a brother ain't gonna look like what it looked like in the poltergeist, where she twisting her head all around, she laid out, she fighting this, that, or the other. A person fighting you, getting demons off of them, is having an argument damn near to come to blows with you about something you and they both know is right when it comes to the Lord. Try to have a conversation with somebody about stopping smoking, or stop watching porn, or stop going to the strip club, or stop dealing with another man. Anything. Try to have an argument with a Christian about not eating pork or not eating shrimp. They know it's right, and they'll still damn near come to blows with you about it. That's a mental illness. That's a mental illness. What you have to realize is you, Salakia, you as a brother who came into the truth and walking in the spirit of Christ are stronger than the demons that's on them, no matter how strong they are. Somebody give me Mark chapter 5. Keep going up.
Come on. So the devils besought him, saying, if thou cast us out, suffer us to go away into the herd of swine.
If you ain't walking in no kind of power, the demon is never going to ask you anything, because you ain't got the spirit of Christ on you. So that demon know it could jump off that person that you dealing with right on you. And now you got a mental illness. They done ran you crazy trying to deal with this crazy person. Now you ain't right in the head. Now you can't sleep at night. Now you need a cigarette. Trying to deal with this crazy person. Go.
Come. And he said unto them, go. And when they were come out, they went to the herd of swine.
Christ cast the demons off the brother that he came in contact with, as opposed to avoiding them like everybody else did. Now that's only walking in power. Don't try to do it and be like, remember the scriptures in Acts where it was like, Jesus we know, Paul we know, but nigga, who is you? And the demons overtook them and cut them, and they ran out of there naked and running and shivering. Don't be like them. If you really gonna serve the Lord, you're gonna serve Christ, you've been given the authority over demons, over the angels. Anybody don't believe that? You've been given the authority over demons and over the angels. You're going to judge the angels, is what the Bible says. Keep going up.
Come. And behold, the whole herd of swine ran violently down a steep place into the sea, and perished in the waters.
When the demons came off of them, they went into the swine. The swine ran into the water, and they killed the pigs, because the demons had a job to do, and that was to kill. So he cast them off the brothers so that it wouldn't kill them and they wouldn't kill nobody else. That's why I say, are you coming to remove us before our time? We didn't get a chance to do what our mission is. The demon's mission by God is to test them and to destroy them if possible. But Christ came that you may have life and have it more abundantly. So just remember, the people that you're dealing with, they got some type of mental issue or whatever the case may be. You're going to have to be long suffering. You're going to have to give them, you're going to have to present them with the fruits of the Spirit. You're going to have to be patient. You're going to have to be gentle. You're going to have to control your damn temper. Now, I'm speaking firsthand when I tell you that none of that is easy. None of it. But that's your brother. That's your sister. Brotherhood. Niggas talk all that brotherhood is a weapon till they got to deal with somebody who crazy. Now brotherhood ain't a weapon no more. I thought this was the home of the truth and the brotherhood on steroids and all this stuff y'all talk about in the I.S.U.P.K. If you in the I.S.U.P.K, be long suffering. Deal with they stuff, because the Lord dealt with you when you was dirty and filthy and disgusting, and you would prefer a ham sandwich or a blunt or a sack of cocaine or whatever the hell you was preferred over him. You had a mental illness. Deal with it, up. Bear with them, fight, walk in authority, speak to them, speak to the demon and not the person. Call for counsel, get some help, and remember who you talking to and who you fighting. You're not fighting that person, you fighting the demons that's on them. And that's a hard battle if you're not trained to do it the proper way. So the answer is I'll be armed with those things, the fruits of the Spirit. You know what I'm saying? Get you some counsel. Make sure you got yourself together and you don't have a mental illness first. All right? Everybody understand? All right, no sweat, no sweat. Let's go to the prayers. Anybody got the prayer? Anybody got the prayers? All right. Who asked the question about the prayers? Salute to the sisters. Go ahead.
Yeah, it was me, young man.
Who was it?
It was Young Man Junior.
All right, Junior, you say you don't have the prayers? It's an email with prayers in it.
Well, I got like all of the Sabbath service and some of the prayers, but I didn't see.
Oh, in the prayers it'll say salute to brothers and then salute to sisters. And in the Hebrew, which you'll study on Friday, right? Yahweh. Shalom first is peace. Yahweh, right? Which is the name of the Most High. Shamar is the watch. Al-Athah, Al means over you, Athah, right? Bahashem, in the name of Yahweh Shai. That's the salute for the sisters. Yahweh watch over you in the name of Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shamar Alatah Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Alright? If you need that prayer, get with me after class. Give me your email address and I'll send it to you. Was there something specific you didn't understand about the prayer?
No, I feel like I just wanted to make sure I was on Tawab.
Okay. Yahweh Shamar Alatah Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Somebody said Salaki? Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't have to ask the prayers. I want to know if you can send the prayers.
Text me your email address and I'll send them to you. All right? Text me your email address. I'll send you all the prayers. In that prayer, it'll be the salute. Salute will be in there. All right?
Got it on my car.
All right. All right. So the brother asked a question. I touched on it a little bit. When I was answering the other question, right? In the movies, you'll see certain things. The stuff in the movies is based off Christianity. The stuff in the movies is based off Greek mythology. The things in the movies is loosely based on what's actually in the Bible. For instance, like Hades, or what do they call that junk? Where they made up hell, Dante's Inferno, and all of this other stuff. They'll take something that your oppressor has seen in the Bible, and they'll try to give you a visual of it based on their understanding of it. But it is not the reality. The difference between the movies and real life is the difference between the Christian church and being in the truth. Nothing in the movies is real, but it's all based on it. Like there really was. When the Christian church, they talk about Christ and the Messiah and all that. That really happened. There was a man that walked the earth that the people believe was the Messiah that was killed, you know what I'm saying, in Rome, right? There was people that came behind him. Know what I'm saying? However much you want to believe that was added to the story or not, or whatever the case may be, was this man God? No, that's not reality. But if you look at the Passion of the Christ, that looked like it's real, right? I mean, it's them telling your story under your oppressor's eyes and their understanding of what's really going on. So what has to happen is you have to really take the scriptures and the history that's taught in the Bible, and it can tell you, and you got to line it up with your life. It's the same way we break it down, you know what I'm saying, when we talk about these curses that's on us. The woman that was at one point wouldn't put her feet on the ground will have some type of, what it say, she gonna have beef, for lack of a better way to paraphrase it, with her children and the husband in her bosom and all of this other stuff, right? This is the reality of it. The difference between casting out demons in the movies and casting out demons in reality is The demon might not be acting a fool and making you spit up green stuff. The demon just might be making you beat up your woman every now and then. The demon might just be making you, go on a porn site and watch two white girls having sex together from time to time. It might be something that nobody ever knows about. But that demon got to come off you the same way that they had to bring the priest with the holy water and sprinkle on this white girl that her head was twisting around and she was throwing up green stuff in the movie. The reality is, it's very, very different on what you would believe a demon is, and you looking right past the demon. It's just like we was talking about, a brother that overeat or drink too much or smoke or does this, or they ain't talking about that. They making it seem like this, even the demon is like it's a monster or something. When the reality is that bitch is a monster because she won't do what her husband say. You're a monster because you won't do what Christ say, right? You won't do what the Most High say. You is an actual monster, but it don't look like what it look like. That's how you look to the Lord, like that broad that's spitting up the green stuff and the poltergeist and all this other stuff. But you really just a nigga that's selling dope to make money. You look like the trap king to the hoes, and you look like the white bitch in the movie to the Most High. That's the difference. You understand what I'm saying, Marcus? Do you need anything like more on that? Is this something I'm missing that I'm not giving you by being kind of brief with the answer? You get it? They make it spooky because they make it spooky because they have no understanding about how angels and demons really work, right? It's something that's happening in the fourth dimension that you can't see. And the only way for them to be able to see it, because they don't live by the law, statutes, and commandments, anybody that's not operating and following the law, statutes, and commandments has demons on them. It could be the you know what I'm saying? You look at the niggas with the suits on and the ties, you know what I'm saying? With the fresh Stephen Harvey lining, all of that. They got on the Iceman suits and all of that, right? They don't look like the white woman that was in there. Look, I had a broad tell me. I went and got my glasses from. She seen my shield. And white lady. She's like, "Are you messianic or non-messianic?" Right? She started asking me about me being Jewish or me being whatever the hell I am or whatever. And I was being short with it with the answers because I just wanted to get my stuff and get out of there. So by the end of my appointment, she says to me, "Me and you are in the same tribe. We're from the tribe of Judah." That's what the white lady said to me. We have a messianic church with Jews. Yeah, exactly. That's what she told me. That's what she told me. Now, here's the thing. She has no clue who I am, what I believe, really. My point is, there was demons all over that white woman. And if I wasn't careful, they would be all over me on some kumbaya, hug, kiss, we're all in we all in the same gang. You know what I'm saying? It didn't look like the white lady looked on TV. That was spitting up and doing all this other stuff and fighting her mama and all them other and beating up the priest and all that. It didn't look like that. It came in the form of God loves everybody. John 3:16, the wrong version. It comes in the form of that. It comes in the form of, y'all preaching hate because y'all preaching to love each other, or because y'all want justice, or y'all shall not abhor Edomite, the wrong version. These are the demons that you see in real life every day. Know what I'm saying? The demon that when you trying to change your life, a nigga like, "Hey boy, I got that pressure. Hey boy, I got that. Hey boy, I got some fire." That's the demons you see in real life.
Yeah.
Hey boy, I got that gas. Hey boy, I got them pills. Hey, I got this white girl come over here and deal with everybody over here. These are the demons you deal with in real life, not the demons that you see on TV. You understand that? All right, Most High in Christ. Let's see here. Somebody give me. Let me see here. Go ahead.
I'm still holding in Mark 5. We're going to be dropping.
Yeah, let's roll with it. Let's roll with that real quick, and then we'll go ahead and get the other one. Yeah, Mark 5. You can start at verse 1, I believe. This is just dry to point home. This back to the other brother's question. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Mark chapter 5, verse 1. And they came over unto the other side of the sea, into the country of Gadarenes. And when he was come out of the ship, immediately there met him out of the tombs a man with an unclean spirit, who had his dwelling among the tombs, and no man could bind him. No, not one. No, not with chains.
This nigga was crazy. You couldn't even buy him in chains. You know, I think about like people like just imagine like it's a nigga running around who done lost his mind, and he like Mike Tyson. He like Mike Tyson size. He fight like Mike Tyson. This nigga here. You can't even put no chains on this nigga. This nigga crazy. Nobody wants to deal with this cat. Go ahead.
Come. Because that he had been often bound with fetters and chains, and the chains had been plucked asunder by him.
This nigga break handcuffs, nigga. Police done put handcuffs on the nigga. Nigga breaks the handcuffs. Go ahead.
And the fetters broken in pieces. Neither could any man tame him.
Mm-hmm.
And always, night and day, he was in the mountains and in the tombs, crying and cutting himself with stones.
This is the same story we just read, right? But it's different things. The reason why I wanted to bring it out with this one, because I was familiar with this one where they saying, you know, ain't he cutting himself? You know what I'm saying? He trying to harm himself. It's something going on with this nigga, right? Go ahead.
Verse 6. But when he saw Yahushua afar off, he ran and worshipped him, and cried with a loud voice, and said, What have I to do with thee, Yahushua?
Stop right there. Now, we can skip down because we just read this. What happens, he going to cast the demon out into the swine. Go to verse 14. Go to verse 15.
Verse 15. And they come to Yahushua and see him that was possessed with the devil and had the legion sitting and clothed and in the right mind, and they were afraid.
Go ahead.
They that saw it told them how it befell to him that was possessed with the devil.
Yo, now listen. They was scared because they seen this nigga that nobody could tame, right? And the spirit of the Most High came and made this brother, turn him into a whole different brother. He was born again. He was a different person than the person they met. All they did was got the demons off of them. So here's the point. What you got to understand about somebody who's dealing with a mental illness. If you can have enough of the fruits of the spirit to bear with them, and continue to pray for them, and continue to tell them right from wrong, and to continue to have those fights with them, allowing them to see that you actually give a damn about them, and them demons come up off that brother or sister, what can happen is they'll come into their right mind, and other people will wonder, how in the hell did he do that? First of all, because it ain't you. It's the power of the Most High, and the Most High having mercy on them, that demon didn't kill them. That demon didn't allow them to kill somebody and then them be locked up in a straitjacket for the rest of their life. You got to bear with them. Your oppressor ain't going to bear with them. He don't care nothing about them. He want to lock them up. He want to put them in a straitjacket. He wants to get rid of them. But the first thing that he said was the fruit of the Spirit was love. Right? Was meekness, was temperance. All of these things is going to take for you to deal with that person. And at the end of the day, if you can come that with that and the power and the Spirit of the Most High by Hashem Yahushua, right? You'll be able to get them spirits off of them, and you'll see them clothed, sitting up in their right mind, and you'll wonder how in the hell did we ever get this? It's like General YAHANNA was talking about a couple weeks ago. He said, man, when his brothers used to come into the class, you know what I'm saying? They come into class, they got the whole front of the class lit up. They smelling just like weed. They come into class. He just tell them, just keep coming to class. Say, brothers got to leave out the class while they teaching and go smoke a cigarette and come back in. And you keep bearing with them brothers and telling them what's right and wrong, getting on their case and correcting them and checking them and checking them and checking them. And they keep coming now. They ain't stopped coming. See, if they stop coming, you can't do nothing with them. If you're around a brother or sister that's got a mental illness and you tell them the truth and they stop being around you, you can't do nothing about that. They're allowing the demon to continue to be. If I got you got a husband and you trying to tell him like, look, this, and the other, you should go and get some counsel from the priest and this, that, and he don't want to hear that. You got a sister, you telling her, this is how you should live your life. She don't want to hear it. If she stop coming from around you, then you can't do nothing. They are allowing the demon to control them and possess them. But as long as they still dealing with you, if it's your brother and he keep coming around, you keep checking him. Every time you see him, bruh, you know that's wrong. Bruh, you know that's wrong. And he keep coming around, the brother don't want the demon on him. The demon just kicking his ass. And you may be the only person that can save that brother or sister's life. Bear with them. Bear with them. And eventually, the Lord might get them demons up off of them. And you might see them sitting up. And them same people that General YAHANNA was talking about, he say, now these brothers is now captains in the school. He remembers when they wasn't together. You looking at him now like, y'all only know Kazak since y'all came into school. That nigga was a hot damn mess. A hot mess. Y'all only know, you know what I'm saying, this person or general such and such or a captain such and such from when the Lord done changed them and got them demons off on. How many of us was dealing with mental illnesses? How many of us was dealing with demons? How many of us still dealing with demons in the truth while we doing it right now? Everything that we need is in place to help. But at the same time, if you need help, call them into the Lord. You ain't got to deal with that person with that mental illness by yourself. Know what I'm saying? Get them some help. Make them go to the doctor. If you don't feel like it, just speaking to them, make them beg them, plead them, make a deal with them. If you take your medicine, I'll do this. If you do what the doctors say you should do, let's try that for a little bit. If you eat health, if you change your diet, if you start to work out, offer them some type of thing to get their mind away from it, get them demons up off of them. You know what I'm saying? The truth is only one way. The truth is the most important way because if it's spiritual, because they can take their medicine and them demons don't go nowhere. But you got to start somewhere. You got to be a brother or a sister to that person regardless of whether they're going through it or not. That's the only way. So that's what it was. Christ went the way that nobody else was going to go. Talk to the person. Got them demons off. He had a little bit extra power that we got, but we don't know how to use the same way. So if you don't know how to use it, go to a priest. Priest will tell you how to use it. Get you some counsel. If you know how to use that power, you know what I'm saying? You command that demon to do what you tell it to do. All right? Everybody understand? All right. Genesis chapter 1, Uriah, you up. Uriah, you in the class?
Sir, yeah, I'm in the class, but I'm in the slavery right now, sir.
All right, I'll get somebody else to read it for you. Go ahead. Who said Salaki? Somebody said Salaki? Go ahead.
I was going to take up the scripture.
All
I
right.
was going to take up the scripture, brother.
All right. Give me Genesis chapter 1 and verse 14.
Genesis chapter 1, verse 14. And God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night.
So what is the light? What is the purpose of the light? The light, the sun, right, is to divide the day and the night. So you know when the day and the night is, right? That's the sun's job, right? Go ahead.
And let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and for years.
For signs and for seasons, right? Go ahead.
And let them be for the lights in the firmament of the heavens to give light upon the earth. And it was so.
Okay, so here we go. This is the beginning, right? You got the sun, you got the moon, they all have their purpose, right? In the earth. They was given for a reason. So when you talk about the moon, this is what you have to understand. There are people who worship the moon. There are people who worship the moon more than they worship the Most High. Right? You got to be careful when it talks about how you deal with the moon, because the Bible is very particular, right, about how you deal with these things. Hold on one second. Give me Leviticus, where it's talking about the high holy days. What's that? Leviticus 10. Anybody? Go ahead.
We're talking about Leviticus 23.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what we read on the Sabbath days, right? All right, give me hold on 1 second. Verse 1 and 2. Leviticus 1 and 2.
Oh my God. This is Leviticus chapter 23, verse 1. And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, concerning the feast of the Most High, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocation teaching. Even these are my feet.
Right. So right here in Leviticus, it'll talk about all the feasts of the Most High and those things that the Lord said should be holy convocations, times you should get together, things that you should be doing in honor of the Most High in order to properly serve the Most High, right? These are things that Israel was supposed to do. You're supposed to keep them for all your generations, so on and so forth. Now, within these things, it talks about the Passover, it'll talk about the Feast of Unleavened Bread, it'll talk about which one we just,